I want to speak on an incident that happened a couple of weeks ago out here in San Pedro, California. I didn't get a chance to talk about it 'cause, it kind of slipped my mind, but there was an incident with, a young black girl. I believe she was in middle school, or I don't think she was in high school. I think it was middle school. And, she had an altercation with another student. I think the student was white, and they, how kids do. Oh, I'm going to kick your butt after school at, the little corner liquor store, that type of shit. But, it wasn't a one-on-one kid fight. What ended up happening is that they met this chick, not this chick, they met this young lady, in an alley somewhere behind some liquor store. And what happened is that the other chick, the white girl, mom or aunt or somebody came in there and started beating the black girl's ass. So you had not only the other child, but you had the two adults, it might have been three of them, that jumped this girl. And they were beating her up, calling her nigger, and it was terrible. And they interviewed the black girl and said, how did you feel about, them calling you the N-word and everything? She made a comment saying, oh, well, it didn't bother me. I'm used to it. And, I just shook my head when I saw that, because I'm like, damn, anytime we get to the point where the word nigga or nigger, however you want to flip it or turn it, doesn't insult you, especially when it's coming from someone outside of your race, and that doesn't offend you, that's when we going straight down the gutter. And I just thought this was a terrible incident. I felt like those adults do need to be brought up on charges, because anytime you as an adult make a decision to hop into a child's fight, first of all, they shouldn't have had them fight in the first place. There was a problem going on in school. Parents should have came up there to the school, made a parent conference or something, talked about the problem, came to a conclusion, and figured out what exactly was going on. There's no need to take it outside of school and be fighting and shit, like this is the UFC or, WWE or whatever you want to call it. And for them to, go out there and jump on a middle school girl, that goes to show you where their parenting skills are. And then, going back to the news interview, they interviewed the mother, and the mother didn't want to be on camera, but yet they showed the daughter of the mother that had got beat up by these adults. And I'm thinking to myself, wait a fucking minute, this is what's going on, mom. I'm like, why would you allow your daughter to be on national TV, as a minor? But yeah, you hide your face. Where's your parenting skills at? So, all around, everybody, the parents in this whole situation should have got a big boot up their ass, because nobody really was, a decent parent when you look at this whole situation. But, I know I've seen some videos, here on YouTube, people talking about it. And, San Pedro is, I'm not going to say it's a predominantly white city. I do stay in the LA area, and, I do know the type of cities that are segregated, and what cities are predominantly black, what's predominantly Hispanic, and, so on and so on. And San Pedro is kind of like you got blacks over there. There's a small percentage, but for the most part, there's Hispanics. There's a few whites, depending on what part of, what side of San Pedro you're on. But there is racism. San Pedro is known for having ghosts. Back in the 1800s, there were a lot of ships over there. For you guys that live in L.A., if you go to San Pedro, you go up all those hills, and then, you see the boats and the ships on the docks and everything. That whole area is known, for just being... it's a lot of spirits over there. So, I try to keep my black ass from over there, because me and ghosts just don't get along. But, it's I would say it's a pretty mixed area. So, I'm not going to say it was, just white folks coming down a black child like that. It was in the sense of the action, but it wasn't like, okay, well, this happens all the time in San Pedro. If anything, you got the Hispanics and the blacks going at it, for the whole, gang rivals and all that. If anything over there. But, this just happened to be, some racist white people, and they did what they did. You know, you don't have to live in an all-white neighborhood or, you know, be in the burbs or anything like that to experience racism or, you know, prejudice from another ethnicity. You know, it can be right there in a predominantly black or Hispanic neighborhood. So, you know, I just wanted to put that out there for, you know, you guys that, you know, been doing videos and might have thought that it was a predominantly white area, because it's not. You know, it's really a mixed area, and for the most part, the higher percentage, which is pretty much everywhere in LA, unless you go to the burbs or, you know, you go to Beverly Hills or Thousand Oaks or Woodland Hills, it's Hispanics. You know, California is nothing but part of Mexico, but, you know, it was stolen, and you guys don't know that, go do your history. But I just want to say that this incident was terrible. You know, the adults who were involved in this and beating up a middle school child, they need to be brought up on charges. They need to lock their ass up. The black kid's mother, her ass needs some parenting classes or some parenting skills or something, because she was in the wrong too. And, you know, that's basically all I want to say about it. But, you know, I will leave a link in the description box, you know, for you guys that want to check it out. But, you know, we got to stop this shit, you know. And I think schools need to tackle certain things that are going on within the school system, within, you know, just classrooms in general. You know, we talk about bullying, but there's fights going on. There's kids that are selling drugs. There's prostitution going on. There's all kind of stuff that's going under people's, right under their nose, and nobody knows about it. But, you know, it's not until, you know, something happened to a white kid, and then all of a sudden, oh, you know, we got to tackle this. Kids been getting bullied their whole life. It wasn't until white kids start committing suicide, you know, buying little index cards and shit and putting videos on YouTube talking about, I'm sad and I want to kill myself because no one likes me at school. It wasn't till when they start actually tackling and addressing bullies and things that are going on within, as far as harassment within the school systems. But, you know, that's all I got to say, man. You know, shit got to change. I'm out.